This is Facebook's official explanation of how their ads delivery algorithm works. And in this video, I'll go in depth into each of these variables. However, as most experienced advertisers are aware, Facebook tends to not give us the whole story. So in this video, we'll not only be talking about Facebook's official explanation, we will also be uncovering the theories that go around in the upper echelons of the media buying community about what actually goes on behind the scenes with the Facebook ads algorithm. So let's start with Facebook's official explanation. The Facebook ads algorithm works as an auction system. So far, so good. Very simply put, advertisers compete for the user's attention by entering a bidding war where the highest bid wins. The highest bidder is then the advertiser that wins a certain piece of real estate within a user's platform and gets to show their ad to that user. If this was all there was to it, that would mean that all you had to do is bid higher than your competitors, and if you do, you'd automatically always win the auction and show your ads to whoever you want to. The real scenario is not quite as simple though. Here's Facebook's formula for how the ad auction takes place. The final bid is determined by the advertiser's bid multiplied by the estimated action rate added to the relevance and quality score for that particular ad. Sounds a bit complicated, I know. But Meta didn't just leave us with this. They also provided us with a basic explanation of each of these parameters. So let's take a look. So the advertiser's bid is the obvious part. If you're using a manual bidding strategy, this is the number that you enter. However, if like most people you use Facebook's automated bidding strategy or the lowest cost, highest volume, then this is the amount that Facebook automatically sets for your bid. And to be fair, in 90% of cases, I would recommend everyone to use Facebook's automated bidding as opposed to a manual bidding strategy. What Facebook does when you choose this option is that it chooses the bid amount for you according to what it thinks will yield you the maximum amount of conversions at the lowest possible cost. And in most cases, this is exactly what we want. So the first factor is pretty straightforward. What about the second and third one? What on earth is this estimated action rate, and what does relevance and quality score even mean? So let's start with the relevance and quality score, because the estimated action rate is the one that is a bit more shady, so we'll leave it for last. The relevance and quality score is the factor that Meta uses to optimize their user experience when serving ads to people. Here's the easiest way to explain it. Facebook as a business makes money by selling advertising real estate and then showing ads to their users. However, if they show bad quality, over-aggressive ads to their users, they run the risk of losing users. And if they lose users, then they won't be able to sell as much advertising real estate and their business will take a hit. So Facebook, as any other social media platform, makes it a priority to optimize everything for user retention. Their goal is to keep you, as a user, using the platform for as long as possible. Because the longer you stay on the platform, the more ads that can be served to you, and the more ads that can be served to you, the more money they will make. This means that they have to pay close attention to the experience that the users have when serving them ads. When an advertiser submits a new ad, Facebook will run the ad through a series of checks to make sure that it is compliant with their policies, but not only that. Even if your ad is approved, they will grade it with this relevance and quality score to try and grasp if your ad provides their users with a positive or a negative experience. They don't exactly disclose the formula for measuring this relevance and quality score factor, but it's likely associated with the feedback that users provide from the ads to the platform, such as likes, comments, your watch time for videos, and also how often people choose to hide the ad or say that they're not interested. So the lesson to learn from this variable is that you should make ads that people find interesting and end up engaging with. If the content of your ad ends up being something that people genuinely like to consume, then Facebook is likely to boost your bid through this factor in that formula. So let's talk about the third and by far the most shady of these three factors, the estimated action rate. The estimated action rate is the ratio at which Facebook believes your ad will obtain your desired result for each impression that is served. This desired result can be different depending on the campaign goal that you set. So it could be leads, clicks, sales, or any other objective that you set on your Facebook ads campaign. The obvious elephant in the room is, of course, How does it know what the estimated action rate is? What is this estimate? Adding to that, we as advertisers know very well that the very same ad can be useless when shown to a certain audience, but it can also be a converting machine when shown to the people that it is meant to captivate. Here is Meta's explanation. Estimated action rates, an estimate of whether a particular person engages with or converts from a particular ad. In other words, the probability that showing an ad to a person leads to that desired outcome of the advertiser. Note, engaging in clickbait and engagement bait does not improve ad performance. Not very useful, is it? Let me know in the comments below what is your interpretation of this definition from Meta. So this brings us to the question, how does Facebook decide who to show the ad? And yes, originally we had the option of narrowing down our targeting quite a bit, but even then, Facebook's interest attribution system that associated a certain user with the topic that the user is supposedly interested in, this can be extremely inaccurate. In fact, I challenge you to go and check the interests that Facebook has tagged you with right now. Here's how you do it. Log into your Facebook account, then click your profile picture on the top right corner of the screen. Choose Settings and Privacy, and then Settings. From here, you want to click See More in Account Center on the left-hand side of the screen. And once you're in the Account Center, click Add Preferences and Add Topics. Now pause the video here and take a minute to browse through the interests that Facebook has tagged you with. You see? Yep. Now let me show you the topics I have on my Facebook account. Hot chocolate, soup, optics, shaving and grooming. I obviously don't shave that often. Eyewear, and yeah, almost every single one is a miss. And also, adding to this the fact that Facebook has enforced something called detailed targeting expansion, which means that it allows itself to go beyond your targeted interests as long as it believes that doing so will increase performance. That means that our interest targeting is not that precise whatsoever. So as you can see, interest targeting on Facebook has taken a massive hit from privacy restrictions, and it's no longer the El Dorado of online advertising that it used to be. So back to the main question. How does Facebook know who to show the ads? For the most part, we all agree that the answer is machine learning. The question is, what is the model that is being used behind the scenes to identify the best target audience for our ads? Well, the media buying community has mostly two prevalent theories or schools of thought, if you may, to answer this question. One being more old school and another one more in line with Facebook's recent changes. Let's start with the first one. The first theory to explain how the algorithm decides who to target for your ads is called pocket theory. Let's imagine that these big circles are different pools of Facebook users, grouped by a certain interest that they were marked with. Let's say circle 1 is people who like dogs, circle 2 is people who like the Star Wars franchise, and circle 3 is people who like pop music. Note that these interests are completely random just for the sake of the example, but stay with me. Now let's say we're selling a dog product and we start running ads targeting the interest dog lovers. Naturally, Facebook should go for circle 1 since this is where the dog lovers are included. What pocket theory tells us though is this. When you select a certain interest to target, Facebook shoots at a bunch of different pockets within that pool of people to see what happens. It's easy to note that Facebook can't possibly show your ads to every single person in that audience because that amount of people included in the group would be something along the lines of 10 to 50 million, maybe more, depending on how many countries you choose to target. So it has to choose certain pockets to test within that group. That's where the name pocket theory comes from. Pocket theory says that a new pocket is selected for every 24-hour cycle that the ad is running. And if a successful pocket is found, then the next pocket will be closer to that one that did well and further from the ones that didn't do well. This means that every 24-hour cycle, it learns, fires at a random pocket according to previous data, and hones in gradually to find your best audience, or should we say, the audience with the highest estimated action rate. The main shortcoming of this theory is that if you got unlucky with a certain pocket, that would gradually compound and affect the next pocket, and the next, and the next, and your ad performance would struggle because you were unlucky to hit a bad pocket at the start. What advertisers would do in response to this would be to duplicate a certain ad set into multiple similar copies when scaling a certain audience, so they would hit different pockets within the exact same ad set. and then they could just turn off the bad ones and keep the good ones. This was a way of diffusing the variance that could come from good pockets versus bad pockets. However, ever since Facebook started pushing account simplification and the use of less campaigns with broader targeting parameters, pocket theory use cases started to dwindle. And this brings us to theory number 2. We're calling it the creative theory. Creative theory is not so much an entirely new way of thinking, it's more of an evolved version of pocket theory. Since Facebook has been drastically reducing the control that advertisers have over the targeting of their ads, a new theory had to be made. With features such as detailed targeting expansion that we've explained earlier in the video, or the removal of a lot of interests that you could target before, Facebook has been pushing advertisers to simplify their account structure and to use broad targeting in general. This means that we don't have that much power over the ad set level anymore. Facebook can go beyond your targeted interests if it wants to, so what's the point of obsessing over the best settings? Our control, though, goes down one level to the creatives level. Creative theory means that we don't work on the ad set level as much anymore, and we shift our main focus to the creatives level. And focusing on the creatives level means we have to test a lot of creatives and a lot of different variables within each creative. We test pictures, we test videos, carousels, different marketing angles, different headlines, different ad copy, and so on. The goal here is that we feed Facebook as many different variables as we can so we can let it figure out what resonates better with its algorithm, whichever audience it ends up going for. So Facebook's interest in leading us towards this path with our account structuring has been clearly indicated with the release of their new campaign type, Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, which literally has no interest targeting options that you can use. If you want to learn more about this new campaign type that Facebook has released, I'd recommend you watch this video right here in which we go more into detail on this new type of campaign. I hope this video was able to clear some of your questions regarding Facebook's algorithm, and if you still have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.